guys to look at these triangles that we did yesterday, not yesterday, on Monday. And I'm going to remind you guys that we're calculating the area of these triangles. And when we calculate area, we look at two formulas. We look at area is equal to half of the base times the height, or as someone else taught us last week as well, you can always say that the area is equal to the base times the height, and you're going to divide that by 2. Now, I'm going to give everyone 2 minutes to answer A, B, and C. And would you guys believe it? Teacher Coco forgot her calculator. So now I have to go get my own calculator. So you guys have 2 minutes. I will be back in 2 minutes. I'm going to go fetch my calculator as well. Lwandile, I know that, yes, you guys did do these. We're just doing a recap of what we did on Monday. I want to see if you guys remember how to do these. Nokwezi, you only have to do A, B, and C. I'm not worried about D, E, and F, because if you can do A, B, and C, you can do D, E, and F. Okay. I just want to make sure that you guys can actually do them. Okay. Just A, B, and C. So don't worry about these 3. Don't do these 3. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have an answer for A, please pop your answer in the chat. I want to see what you guys got. Olonda says 12 centimeters squared. So does Masichaba. I agree with you guys. A is equal to 12 centimeters squared. Unati, do not forget the squared. The squared, it is so important. Very, very important. Thank you. Well done, Okwezi. Unati, your answer is 100%, but do not forget to put the squared and the therefore. Yes, Nokwezi. Nokwezi is just, I feel like Nokwezi's new nickname is going to be therefore Nokwezi, because Nokwezi always reminds me of the therefore. Excellent. Well done to Dilla as well. All right, let's do number 2. If anybody has the answer to B, please pop it in the chat for me. Exactly, Lwandile. No matter which method you do, you're going to get the same answer, my sweetie. It's going to be exactly the same. Bokang has already given us an answer for B. I want to see if anybody else also got the answer here. I'm going to use the other method this time. I'm going to use 7. Oh, no, I'm saying 7. 14 times 5. Area is equal to 70 divided by 2. Therefore, area is equal to 35 centimeters squared. You see, Doesn't matter which one I use, guys, I'm going to get the same answer if you use the first formula or the second formula. It doesn't matter. Well done, Zipezinhle and Unati. You guys are doing an amazing job. Okay, thank you, Tetelo. All right, let's do the last one quickly. Let's have a look. All right, so I've got area is equal to half times my base, which is 9, times my height, which is 3, my perpendicular height, which is 3. And area is going to equal to 4.5 multiplied by 3. And I can't do 4.5 multiplied by 3 in my head. To give me 13.5. Therefore, area is equal to, thank you, Olonda. I'm stealing your answer. Thank you. 13.5 centimeters squared. All right. Well done, guys. Amazing stuff. Okay. So I just want to see show of hands or thumbs up, thumbs down. I did, Nokwezi, I put the therefore, there's therefore, A is equal to, I didn't forget, my dude, I did not forget, Nokwezi. I didn't. Therefore, okay, just give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. How are we feeling about calculating the area of a triangle? Excellent, excellent, Landile. Now, if you are sort of kind of getting it and you need more practice, we did a ton of these on Monday. We did a ton of them on Monday. So if you go and you watch Monday's lesson, you're going to get way more of these than what we're going to do now, because this is just a recap and we're actually going to move on, because today we are going to be learning the perimeter of a circle. Okay. Can I ask you guys, who can tell me what is the difference between a perimeter and an area? Who remembers? You guys can raise your hand for this one. Okay, Titelo, can you let us know what is the difference between a perimeter and an area?
Hi.
Hello.
Ma'am, the difference between a perimeter and area is that the perimeter, you calculate the outside of a shape, and then the area, you calculate the inside of the shape.
Excellent. I couldn't have put it better myself. The outside, the perimeter is the outside of the shape, and the area is the inside of the shape. Excellent. Well done, Titelo. You put that so beautifully. Okay. Excellent. Okay, you did that amazingly. So now that we have a circle instead of something like a rectangle or a square, what we're going to look at is we're going to pick a point. And the point won't really matter because on a circle, we can start anywhere. Not like if I had a rectangle where I'd be like, okay, I want to start at a corner because it makes more sense to start at a corner. Now, because a square, now I'm saying because a square. Oh, Titelo's even beating me to the punch. Okay, because a circle doesn't have any corners, we can start calculating for the perimeter of a circle anywhere. It doesn't matter where. So I can choose, I want to start here, or I want to start here, or I want to start here, because what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be walking around the circle. So it doesn't matter where I start, I'm going to be walking around my circle. Okay. And when I walk around my circle and I calculate the perimeter of my circle, we don't quite call it a perimeter. We call it a circumference. Okay. Circumference. Okay. And the word circumference has something to do, and I've just erased my whole shape. There we go. Okay. The word circumference has something to do with going around something. Okay. It's going around something. So this word circum means around. I think it's either Greek or Latin. I can't remember which. Means around. And then to infer something is to see what it is. So we're going around a particular shape. This is the circumference of the shape. And the way we calculate for the circumference of a shape, we look at this formula that we're going to learn today, that the circumference, or you can even call it the perimeter if you need to, is going to be 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by r. And we're going to talk about each of these in just a second. Well done, Randile. I think you've seen this before by the looks of it. Randile's seen this before. Now, we all know the letter 2. 2 is easy. It's just a letter. We're going to multiply by this letter. But when we look at pi, okay, I'm not talking about the delicious thing. I'm not trying to make you guys hungry. Okay, what we're actually doing, and I want to, let me rather write multiplication signs so we don't get confused. 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by r. Now, I don't know what kind of calculator you guys have, but I have this Casio scientific calculator. Can you guys have a look at the type of calculator you have? Does your calculator have a lot of buttons like mine does? Olonda says no, and that's fine because I'm going to explain to you what you can do in that case. If your calculator doesn't have like 6 million buttons, I'm going to break the news to you guys now. When you get to grade 8, they're going to go make you buy the calculator with the many buttons. Okay, they're going to go make you buy it. So if you would like, ask mom and dad to add it to the Christmas list. Just be like, Teacher Coco said I'm going to need it next year. Just add the calculator with the many buttons. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is looking at what pi actually means. Now, if you have a calculator that looks like mine, you will find that there is a button at the very bottom. It says times 10 to the power of x. And that's fine, Nontlanta, if you're using your phone. There's a button here that says times 10 to the power of x, for those of you who have it. Now, I want you to go to the very top, click the button that has shift on the top, click on shift, and then go and click on that times 10 button, and then click the equals button, okay? And then what's gonna happen is your calculator is going to show this sign. It's going to show pi, okay? And if you click another button that looks like this, S, E, E, D, there's a button that looks like that, okay? If you click on it, it's going to give you an answer for pi. And the answer I get on my calculator for pi, my calculator tells me that pi is equal to 3.14159265 and you can keep going and keep going and keep going. Okay. Blandile says, I don't think ours is the same. Okay. It's probably because you don't have the same calculator, but it's fine, Randile. The idea is that this is pi. This is what pi is. Now, I want you guys to memorize all of these numbers. I'm kidding. No. I'm not going to be that mean. We're not going to memorize all of these numbers. Normally, when we talk of the number pi, we only look at the first 3 digits. So we look at 3, and then after the comma, we look at the first 2 decimals. So we're going to remember pi as 3.14. But Teacher Coco, what is pi exactly? Does anybody have any idea? Has anybody heard of pi, by the way? Have we heard of pi? Who can tell us? Drop it in the chat if you've ever heard pi. Okay, not exactly a pie chart, Samkelo. Masichaba has heard of pi, Keisha has not. Nokwezi eats it. It's not a food, guys. We're talking about circles. Focus. Titelo has heard of it. Okay, so guys, pi is actually a ratio. Okay, and I'll show you an easy example. Okay, that we're not really going to focus on that much because I want us to get to the calculations. Okay, if I had to draw a circle, I would normally start in the middle of my circle. Now that's my circle center. And from my circle center to the edge of my circle, we call that the radius. Okay. That's the radius. And that's that number over there. Okay, or that R that we're going to calculate over here. That R is called the radius. So if I had to measure Good, Masichaba, it's called the radius. If I had to measure from the center of my circle to the circumference of my circle, we call that a radius. Okay. Now, if I had to measure from this side of my circle, and I had to draw a line through the center to the other side of my circle like that, this is called the diameter. So this whole thing here, it's called a diameter. Okay. And for those of you who can take a screenshot, please take a screenshot. If you cannot, please draw this as quickly as you can. Even if it's freehand, draw it, because it gets quite complicated after a while and we need to remember this. Okay. It's called the diameter. Now, what happens is, if I calculate, let's say I start over here. Okay, Tyler says, ma'am, can you please explain what a radius is? Okay, a radius is the length, Tyler. If I start at the center of my circle and I draw a line to the outside of my circle, to the circumference, this length here, that length there, we call that a radius. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Okay, we call it a radius. Now, if I start from one side of my circle to the other side of my circle, but I go through the middle, that is my diameter. Okay. All right, excellent, Tyler. Awesome. Now, let me actually delete this radius. I think the other one is a little better. All right. So if I had to calculate all the way around my circle, if I had to go around my circle, and I find whatever my circumference is. My circumference is equal to something, and I divide that by my diameter. If I divide that by my diameter, okay, circumference, your English, guys, English is not my first language. Okay. Circumference divided by diameter. The answer I'm going to get every single time is pi. It doesn't matter how big the circle is, how small, it could be the tiniest circle. If I calculate the circumference of my circle and I divide it by the diameter of my circle, I'm going to get pi every single time. So what we call pi is actually a ratio. We call it a ratio. Okay. So it helps us a lot when we're calculating for circles. Okay. So that is what pi is basically. Pi is the ratio between the circumference and the diameter. But that's not the important part here. The important part is that we're going to remember that pi is equal to 3.14. I'm going to ask you guys in the chat. Guys, what is pi equal to? Tell me in the chat. What is pi equal to? Orlando says 3.14, and I agree with him. Okay, it's a shortened version of the number, but 3.14. Thank you, Cameron and Masachaba, and Keisha, and Nokwezi, and Bokang. Excellent. It's equal to 3.14. Okay. Sam, if you're a little bit lost, we're going to be looking at example. Don't, Luzuko, not just, Samkele, you're never going to be able to remember all of those. We're going to shorten it, okay, to 3.14, just 3.14. Okay, that's no problem, Luzuko. Good. So pi is 3.14. Now, if I asked you guys, and look at the way my formula is set up, guys, I want you to look at the way I have set up my formula. My formula says that the circumference or the perimeter, I'm going to write this here, pi is equal to 3.14. You guys are going to use your calculators. If I tell you guys that from the center of my circle to the edge of my circle is 5 centimeters. What am I actually telling you guys? What is this? What is this line that I've drawn? What do we call this line that I've drawn? Tell me the answer in the chat. What is it called? Excellent, Olonda and Masichaba, you guys killing it. Well done, Samkelo and Nokwezi and Bokam and Luandile and Kisha. It's called a radius. Now, if I want to calculate for the circumference of this circle. I almost called it a square, a circle. If I want to calculate for the circumference of the circle, I'm going to go, my circumference is equal to 2 times, now remember that my pi is going to be 3,14 times my radius, which is 5. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to go to your calculator and you're going to open it and you're going to go 2 times 3,14 times 5 is equal to, and you're all going to put your answer in the chat for me. Go for it. Drop your answer in the chat, guys. What did you get? And for those of you who have a calculator like mine, your answer is, your calculator is going to give you a decimal. Okay, it's going to give you not a decimal, a fraction. It's going to give you a fraction. Okay. It's going to give you a fraction. I think the fraction is 157 over 5. And what you need to do with that fraction is you need to go and look for that button that says S, E, D, and click on it. Now everybody's telling me, oh, hi, Sally. Okay, everyone's telling me that the circumference is 31,4. Now, remember, guys, we're calculating for perimeter, so we need to add the units. Don't forget the units. So this is going to be 31,4 centimeters. Tyler, if you don't have your calculator with you, you can easily use your phone, my sweetie. Okay, you can use your phone as well. Samkelo, I think you may have done something not correct there. You might need to check again. Okay, we should not be getting that many numbers. Okay, let's try another one. All right, now, if I tell you guys that my radius is 7 meters. Okay, I need a volunteer. Who's going to tell us what we're going to write for my circumference? Masichaba, yo, Masichaba's hand shot straight up. Okay, Masichaba, what am I going to write? I'm going to write circumference is equal to
2 times 3,14.
Excellent.
Times 7.
Good. I'm just going to add the meters there because we're calculating for perimeter. Okay, punch it into your calculator. Masichaba, tell me, what do you get? Therefore, and Nokwezi forgot to remind me of my therefore. Therefore, circumference is equal to
43,96.
43,96 what?
Meters.
What is my units? What are my units?
Meter.
Meter. Don't forget the meter. Okay, you did that so beautifully. Thank you, my sweetie. I can always count on you. Well done. Well done. All right. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay. How are we feeling about calculating this? Okay. Olanda's like, the amount of screenshots. It's okay, my sweetie. Take as many as you need. I'm so glad, Sam. I'm so glad. We're going to do a lot more of these. Okay. As a matter of fact, here we go. These are the ones that we're going to do. Okay. There we go. We are going to do these 6. Okay. Now I'm going to remind you guys that my circumference is equal to 2 times pi times the radius. And pi is equal to 3,14. All right. I'm going to give you guys some time to answer these questions. If you have any questions, this is the time for you guys to raise your hands and ask for help. Okay. And when you guys are done answering all of these questions, I want you guys to choose one emoji. And remember, guys, just one, and pop it in the chat when you are done with all 6 of them. Okay. If you want, take a screenshot of this. Okay. And remember how we're going to be answering these questions. Remember the process. Okay. And when we're all done, I think I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes. I think this is quite easy. Okay. I'm going to do the first one. I see Tyler's like, Tyler, I'm still a bit confused. Okay, Tyler, this is what I'm going to do. Remember, we're looking for circumference. Tyler, tell me in the chat, what is the radius of the circle over here? What is the radius of the circle? Tell me in the chat. Okay, those of you who are still a little confused, you guys can also pop your answer for the radius in the chat for me. Olonda says 5 centimeters, and so does Samkelo. I agree. Tyler, what do you think? What is my radius? Excellent. It's 5 centimeters. Now, my formula tells me that if I want to calculate for my circumference, I'm going to write circumference is equal to 2 times, and we said that pi is equal to 3,14. So I'm going to replace pi with 3,14, and then I'm going to times it by my radius. And in this case, my radius is 5 centimeters. So I'm going to times by 5. And then I'm going to go, therefore, my circumference is equal to, and I'm going to take all of these things and I'm going to punch them into my calculator. Tyler, tell me how much you get. We're going to go 2 times 3,14 times 5 is equal to. How much do we get? Tell me in the chat, guys. Well done, Sila. Tingo, do not forget your centimeters. Okay, it's 31,4 centimeters. And the reason why we use centimeters is because my radius is in centimeters. Okay. And the therefore, I did not forget the therefore. I didn't forget it. That's okay, Tyler. That's okay. I hope you understand though. Okay. Can guys tell me for the second one, for number 2, what was my answer for circumference going to be in? What is my units for circumference? Sila gets it. He sees it. Ooh, not meters, Samkelo. Yes, Olanda. There we go. Well done, Olanda. And Titello and Bukang. You guys are doing awesome. Okay. No worries. Okay. I'm going to give you guys some time to finish up all the others, and then we'll discuss answers. Okay. I think actually I should write these down here because they actually give me space for this. Let's see. Let me use a different color. Let's use purple. Masichaba is done. I'm going to add here, therefore, circumference is equal to, before Nokwezi kills me. Here we go. Bokang, you can just put the word done in the chat, or you can choose an emoji. Just put an emoji in the chat when you are done. Thank you, Google too. Sure, Sally, that's quite the emoji. I love it. Sam, remember one emoji, just pick one. Okay, you guys have 1 more minute. I do. I'm killing it. Because we're killing it, we're crushing it, that's why. Exactly. Awesome, guys. All right, let's put some answers in the chat. Let's look at B. I know, such strange and wonderful kids we have here at Watobe Teacher Cat. All right, everyone, answer for B or number 2 in the chat for me. There is this part. Okay. Circumference is equal to 2 times 3,14 times 8. Therefore, circumference is equal to 50, and I'm going to round off to 1 decimal, just 1, because my pi is at 1 decimal. So I'm going to round off to 50, 2 millimeters, because my radius is in millimeters. Okay, well done, Cameron. Excellent stuff. All right, let's do the next one. C, circumference is equal to 2 times 3. Yes, Tyler, we're at number 3, actually. We're at number 3. 2 times 3,14 times 15. Therefore, circumference is equal to 94, 2 meters, because my radius is in meters. Okay. All right, let's go down a little bit. Oh, love how everyone is getting it. Excellent. Let's look at number 4. All right. My circumference is equal to 2 times 3,14 times 10. Give me 1 second. Therefore, my therefore is not working. Therefore, my circumference is 62,8 meters. All right, my next one. Circumference is equal to 2 times 3,14 times 7. Therefore, guys, the answer to number 5 in the chat for me, please. Okay, so when we have a number like that, when we have the answer 43,96, and we have to round up, the 6 is going to turn 9 into a 1, and that 1 we're going to have to add to 3. So my answer for the circumference here is actually going to be 44 centimeters. Okay, exactly, Cameron. Cameron's on point. 44,0 centimeters. I'm actually going to add that. Well done, Cameron. 44,0 centimeters. Well done. Excellent. And let's do the last one, everyone. C is equal to, no, Samkele, you wouldn't. I don't think you would. You'd be fine. Okay. 2 times 3,14 times 2. Therefore, circumference is equal to 12,6 millimeters. Thumbs up, thumbs down. How are we feeling? Excellent. Well done. Awesome. There we go. Tyler, you've got it. Excellent. Awesome. All right. I think it does take a little bit more practice. I'm going to put this up on the screen for exactly 20 seconds. Everybody take a screenshot so you can go practice. Take a screenshot, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, bye-bye. All right. All right. We're moving on to area now. Okay, now we're going to learn how to calculate the area of a circle. Okay, we're going to calculate the area of a circle. So we, again, are going to use the length from the center to the edge of my circle. What do we call this length, guys? Tell me in the chat. What do we call it? Good, Olonda and Cameron. Awesome. Nokwezi. Okay, awesome. It's called a radius. Good. So we're going to use the radius again. But this time, because we're not calculating the outside of the circle, we're actually calculating the inside of the circle. This is what we're calculating, everything on the inside. Our formula is going to change just a little bit. It's going to change a little bit. Ooh, and there goes our lightning alarm again. Sure, we get lightning strikes a lot where I am. All right, so when we calculate the area of a circle, that is equal to pi times the radius to the power of 2. Okay, that is pi times r squared. Okay. Now, if you can't find the squared on your calculator, it's getting too complicated. Can somebody else tell me, how can I write r squared? If I had to break it down, if I had to break down r to the power of 2, what am I actually saying? What am I saying, guys? Good. Oh, Olonda, I thought this was going to be difficult, but you just like 100%. Olonda says it's r times by itself. So what r squared actually is r times r. So what we actually have is radius times radius. Excellent. And I just need to ask you guys again. Okay. What is pi again? What is the measurement for pi that we're using? Yes, exactly, Tyler, you've got it. I think Tyler has a bit of a lag because he answers all my questions just one step after everyone else. Excellent. Pi is 3,14. Okay, good. Pi is 3,14. So when I calculate for the area, if I don't have that fancy calculator with the squared on it, what I can do is I can type this. I'm going to type my pi over here. Pi is equal to 3,14. I can say that the area is equal to pi times the radius times the radius. So we're going to times the radius 2 times. Okay, we're going to times it by 2. So we're going to go, let's say for instance, now I tell you guys that my radius is 6 centimeters. Okay, I need a volunteer. What am I writing? Olonda, excellent. Okay, Amasachaba, I'm going to ask Olonda because you've already answered the circumference one. Okay, hi Olonda.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, my sweetie. Okay, what am I going to write for area? I'm going to write area is equal to?
Pi times.
Oh, what is pi? What is pi?
3,14
Excellent.
times 6 squared.
6 squared or 6 times 6, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. And then punch it into your calculator. Tell me, what do you get for an answer? And before Nokwezi kills us both, therefore, area is equal to?
113,404.
It gives me 113,04, or we can say 113,0. 113,0. But what is my units, my sweetie?
Oh, centimeters squared.
Excellent. Oh, Olanda, you remembered we're calculating area. Therefore, we need to say centimeters squared. Oh, Olanda, I'm so proud. Well done. Sure, you did that so beautifully. Amazing. Excellent stuff. Well done. All right. Okay. Okay, so we're not doing this. Yeah, okay, Teacher Kat, I'm not sure who asked about the square root, guys, but it's not the square root, it's the square. Okay, because the square root does the opposite of what we want. We want the square. Okay, now I'm going to ask you guys again, calculate for me. Put it on your calculators. If my radius is 8 millimeters, calculate the area for me, please. And then pop the answer in the chat. I'm going to say area is equal to pi, which is 3,14, times my radius, which is 8, times my radius, which is 8. Therefore, area is going to equal to, tell me what area is equal to, guys. Sure. No, Kwezi, yes, we appreciate you because you remind us of the therefore. That's why we appreciate you. Give me an answer, guys. 3,14 times 8 is equal to. My answer, I'm getting therefore, okay, and remember if there's a comma 9, 6, and if there's 200 there, that 6 is going to turn that 9 into a 1 and a 0, and that 9 is going to turn 0 into a 1. So my answer is going to be, therefore, my area is equal to 201 millimeters. Guys, have a look at it. Don't forget it's millimeters, and it's millimeters squared. There we go. All right. Thumbs up, thumbs down. How are we feeling about, there we go. You've got it, Tyler. How are we feeling about area of a circle? Samkelo's still struggling, but we're going to do many, many more examples. Tyler, Olanda's like, it feels easier than, I think they're about the same. Okay, guys, I have a feeling we might not be able to get to the brain break today. I'm very, very sorry. Okay, there's just so much that we need to do today. But I can promise you guys on Monday, I will make a nice big icebreaker for everybody, and we'll spend like a good amount of time playing a brain break. Okay, I'm going to make it up to you guys. Okay, I will on Monday. It's just there's quite a lot of work for us to get through today, and we might not have time for our brain break. Okay. Ah, Teacher Cat, I like that. I appreciate that. If you get confused between circumference and area, remember that area will always have the answer squared because the formula has r squared. Okay, and circumference doesn't have that. We just have 2 times r. Okay, well done. All right, but I can't leave it there, obviously. Let's do the first 3 actually, because we are out of time and we are going to have to do a quiz. It is quiz day. Okay, we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to remind you guys again. Okay, that the area is equal to pi times r squared, or we can say that the area is equal to pi times r, and pi, as always, will be 3,14. Masachaba, do we have a question or are we wanting to answer?
Ma'am, I wanted to answer number 1.
Okay, I want you to work all 3 of them out, and then you and I will have a conversation about number 1, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Samkelo, you only use 3,141. I know, no crazy. I know, we're the dream team. I feel like we're the dream team. I don't know. It's just me. All right, guys, remember, pop done in the chat when you've answered all the questions so that I know that you're finished and we can answer them very quickly because we are out of time. You guys have 2 minutes. Okay, 1 more minute, guys. Remember to pop the word done or an emoji in the chat when you're finished. No, Samkelo, not you. Thank you, Unati. Volkang is done as well. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Tingo and Albert. Excellent. Okay. All right, I'm going to start popping answers in the chat. Master Chaba, let's talk about number 1. Anybody else who'd like to answer? I need 2 more volunteers. Hands up. All right, what am I going to write for my area? Area is equal to
3,14 times 13 times 13.
good, times 13 times 13. Therefore, area is equal to
530,
530, comma,
it was
7.
66 7
Okay.
meters
So
square.
7 meters squared. Well done, Master Chavi. You did that so beautifully. Excellent stuff. Well done. Very, very well done. Okay. All right. Bukang, can we do the next one together? Hi, Bukang.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi. All right. Tell me, what am I writing, my sweetie?
3,14
3,14
times 12
Mm-hmm.
times 12.
Excellent. Therefore, area is
For
equal
our
to
answer, 452,
452.
16.
Okay, and that's going to give me comma 2. And what is my units going to be?
Centimeters
Centimeters what?
squared.
Squared. Don't forget the squared. Oh, you almost forgot. There we go. Excellent. Well done. Well done, Bukang.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Olonda, let's do the last one quickly. And in the meantime, Teacher Kat, could I ask for the link to the quiz in the chat, please? Okay, Olonda, what am I writing?
Okay, so you're gonna write area equals 3,14 times 5 times 5.
Excellent. Therefore,
And then-
area is equal to
Therefore, area equals to 78.5 millimeters squared.
sure, sorry, now I'm writing 68, 78,5 millimeters squared. Well done, Olonda. Excellent stuff.